Welcome back to Crazy Bowl TV. Thank you so much for joining me today or this evening, wherever you are, what time you watching. Hey guys, please share, subscribe, like, notification button. Thank you so much for joining us. LFC, we are here. We're gonna talk about the LFC versus Chelsea, the FA Cup final, and then we will run down the EPL matches that went over the weekend, which was most of the Sunday matches. We got more matches coming over the week, but let's jump on the FA Cup final, Chelsea versus Liverpool or Liverpool versus Chelsea. This match was again straight down to penalty kicks. It was crazy. It was tense. I'm telling you, supporting LFC is not good for the heart. It's not good for the faint-hearted. I might have to take a break. I told people I'm taking a break after this season because the World Cup is coming and Ghana is in the World Cup. So I'm going to be having the same situation. Oh, man. Okay, so the match was straight down. I mean, we started the first 20 minutes. We were on their throat. We were attacking well. The midfield was controlled. Defense had no problem. Goalie was just chilling. The issue was we could not put the ball in the back of the net. It was crazy. I mean, just like I told you guys on my LFC, on LFC Vibes, I told you, if LFC comes out playing just like we played Villarreal in the second half when we went to Spain, this match would have been over. But the problem is we were not putting the ball in the back of the net. We were on them. We were pressing high. Every time they touch the ball, within 2 passes, we get the ball back. I mean, at one point, Trent had a beautiful pass to Diaz. Oh, man. Of course, Mendy, great goalie, great shot stopper. He saved the ball. But let's go down the line on the players that played, right? Just like I said, I mean, I think I was on point with all my lineup. It was, of course, Alisson, Trent, Ebo, VVD, and Robo. Midfield, he went with. We know we lost Flacco, so of course it's going to be Capitan in number 6, Thiago, of course, and then you had Keita, and then the front three, the new front three, Salah, Mane, and Diaz. In between about 10, 15 minutes, Salah goes down. He felt something in his groin area, so Klopp was like, no, you got to get out. He subbed and bring Jota in. But guess what? Jota did not fall off. Same intensity. He played well. Keita played very well. Thiago was controlled the midfield. The first 20 minutes, we are on them. But as I was saying earlier, we could not put the ball in the back of the net. We have created so many chances. And when we get to the final third, somehow we lost our way. After 20, 25 minutes, Chelsea slowly got their way into the match. The only reason why they got into the match is because we literally dropped down a gear. Because if we had stayed on that high gear, I think we would have probably scored. Or we would have probably pushed too hard and they would have a counter attack. They started with their lineup the way I said, of course. Mendy, the back three, they said Silva was going to play. They had James as a wing back. They had, of course, Alonso, who's their left wing back. Their back three was Rudiger, Silva, and Chabala, right? And then the front three was Mount. I told you he was going to play. I said Pulisic was going to have something to say. And then they have the striker in form, Lukaku. Apparently, Timo got injured during the warm-up, just like Thiago did, when we played Carabao Cup. So Lukaku was the one who was playing. And this match, I mean, in the middle two, they had Kovacic and Jorginho. This match, we were controlling it. We came out, the first match we played them against Carabao. They played well. They had greater chances. They created extremely, extremely dangerous chances. This time it was us. The whole match, if you look in totality, we played much better. The problem is we did not put the ball in the back of the net. And that was very, very, very frustrating. Other than that, Liverpool played well. Diaz was just something like, it would remind me of Suarez. Thiago was controlling the midfield, just bossing the whole midfield. Defense, Ebo, locked down. The problem is we were not scoring. The ball went, second half, same thing. We went at it. They could not hold us. We could not score. They started off well in the second half, like the first 10 minutes, they were on it. They created a few chances. Pulisic, what's his name? Not even man. Lukaku had a run a couple of times, but nothing really come off of it. And the game was basically a stalemate. And for the neutral, it wasn't as high intensity as the Carabao Cup, but this one was pretty entertaining. If you're watching as a neutral, you enjoyed it. A few times it was dropping up and down, but it was a very good match in the whole totality. Second half ended. Guess what? Klopp, VVD felt a little twitch. He said, "My man, you out." Not even gave him a chance to have him think that, oh, I could play on. Klopp was like, "Now you out." He brought Matip in. We did something Milner to come in for Keita during the 76th minute. And then we went at it in extra time and stalemate. So we had to go into penalty kick. I mean, this match, I don't know what to say. It's 0-0 straight to penalty kick. So there's not like a special place where you'd be like, oh, wow, this should like end up the game. The only time where the game should have been over was when Trent, I think it was the first half or the second half. I'm pretty fuzzy in the head right now. When he gave an outside pass of his right foot straight to Diaz. And Diaz had a breakthrough. He burned both the wing back and the center back, but Mendy somehow passed it. A few people that I've talked to said he should have lifted the ball a little bit, but I think it's something that Diaz, we'll talk about Diaz a little bit later, but I think that's something Diaz needs to work on. We go into penalty kicks. Liverpool, no missing anything. Aspilicueta, second chance. The second kick, he missed. He hit the pole. Everybody goes in. Last kick, we thought Mane is going to put it away, but guess what? Mane is facing Mendy. If it was me, I would have played Jota in the last one, but the fact that Salah was out, and Salah usually kick the penalty kick, the final penalty kick, there's no way Mane is going to say, I'm not kicking this. I'm playing this. So Klopp had to let him play. So that one is a 50-50, and Klopp said it himself. He said it's 50-50. I'm going to take the blame for it, but everybody that I picked wanted to kick. It wasn't that he missed. The goalie saved it. Mendy saved it, and then we went around for another sudden death penalty kicks. They score, we score. Jota's put it in the back of the net. Mount goes in, saved by Alisson. Alisson gives the ball to Tsimikas, the Scouser, who happens to be Greek. That's his new name now. And then Tsimikas put the ball in the back of the net. Liverpool, second trophy in the same season. Crazy. Wembley was crazy out there. Anfield South. It's much deserved. It's really, really much deserved because these guys have put it all on the line. Any team that have come after them, even when we don't play well, we still finish hard. And at the end of the day, we finish hard and then let the result, play itself. And I'm glad how these guys have, finished this season. We got 3 more matches. We have Southampton on Tuesday, Wolves on Sunday, and then, of course, the following week, we got the big one, Champions League versus Madrid. And right now, people are discussing how Klopp is going to play on Tuesday versus Southampton. And, I was on, again, thank you, Brother Griscan and Blue Chip for having me on your show again. And the thing is, when Grace said, what happened on Tuesday, what do you think Klopp is going to do on Tuesday for the lineup? And I was like, depending, and I think Blue Chip agree with me, depending on what happened today, on Sunday, what happened between West Ham and City, that would determine the lineup that Klopp was going to have on Tuesday. And right now that West Ham have tied with City, we can go in and probably play a stronger team. We win the championship. Not the champion. We win the FA Cup. Everybody's excited. Now let's move on to some EPL. All right. So EPL today, let's talk about it. Of course, Spurs 1-0 Burnley penalty kick. That was very controversial. Some people are saying it wasn't a penalty kick. VAR reviewed it, called a penalty kick. His hand, they claimed that his hand was in a natural position, which was funny because they did not want us. The same thing happened when we played them in the Champions League, and they say it's not the same. So Aston Villa 1-1 versus Crystal Palace. Leeds 1-1 versus Brighton, which Leeds in the last minute, they scored the goal. which pushed them over Burnley. So that means Leeds is out of the relegation zone. Watford got thumped by Leicester. I mean, Uncle Roy, you might as well just leave because you're just hurting this team. They got a new coach for the next season. So why are you still there? Just leave. I'll talk about West Ham and Man City in a little bit. We got Wolves and Norwich 1-1. Of course, Mr. Pookie put the ball in the net. Then Everton and Brentford. That match was crazy. This is the thing I don't get. Okay. You know you are struggling to stay in. You're fighting for dear life. Why will you come into the match and then get a red card? I'm talking about you, Mr. Rondon. Okay, what's the name? Brad White, it was, I mean, the way he did, it was a smart move by the attacker. He ran across in front of him and then he tripped him. The rule of the red card was based on the rule, the law of the game, right? Rondo, you don't have an excuse. Your team has been playing with a man down for about over an hour. You show up in 2 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever it is, and you get a red card. That does not make any sense. The tackle that you did 2 feet out, everybody know that's a red card. Either you are frustrated at the coach or frustrated at your team because you've been on the bench for so long, but this is exactly reason why you're on the bench. This is the same thing James did over the weekday when Chelsea played Leeds. Same thing that Arsenal played versus Spurs. You guys need the points. Why are you giving the ref? You already know the refs are useless, and you're giving them a chance to give you a red card. Rondo is stupid, and personally, he needs to be fined. If Everton had won the match, they would have be out of the relegation zone, and it would have been a fight between Leeds and Burnley. Now they have to go in on Thursday. I think on Thursday to fight against Crystal Palace to make sure that they are in the relegation. And Crystal Palace don't lay down for nobody. This is going to go to the last match. Oh man, that is crazy. But let's talk about West Ham versus City, which I purposely left for a little bit longer. It's because this match, I did told you guys on LFC Vibes that something has to happen. West Ham has to do something. They have to do something, and they did it. They were literally 2 goals out. I mean, I'm like, yo, people, don't play with me. Bowen scored 2 goals, and because he scored 2 goals, my boy T said, I had hoped they scored 4. And they got 2 chances to score that 4. Bowen had a chance where he ran across the left wing, and he tried to put the ball in a very tight corner where he could have passed it in the middle and have somebody else score. Fernandinho also made a mistake by trying to do a back pass, and Antonio got the ball, and the goalie came out, and he tried to chip it over the goalie where he could have either attacked the goalie, could take the goalie on 1 by 1, or pass the ball on the right. I think it was Bowen or Declan Rice or somebody who was coming. I don't remember who it was. And then he tried to chip in the ball. He missed it. In the second half, in the first half alone, they could have been 4 goals. Second half comes in, Grealish scores a goal. That one, there's nothing you can do. Deflecting off, I think, was Creswell or Doswell or somebody, and he went in. But then again, they get a free kick on the right side and then own goal. Something that he could have just let the ball go, and there was no City player anywhere around. The ball had just gone outside, and then he put it in the goal. Like West Ham could have literally really won this match because City was literally, you could tell they were knackered, they were tired. This is not a City. Yes, they're losing a lot of players that allow them to play well. He didn't even play Sterling. I don't know even if Sterling was in the lineup, but this match was a team that they needed somebody like Sterling because he's a very great poacher. But yeah, City is struggling. They got Aston Villa next. Aston Villa doesn't have the good defensive structure like West Ham. So I don't know how they're going to be able to stop City. But they got an offensive potency to be able to stop City. And they could at least bother them, maybe come up with a 1-1 or a 2-2 or something like that. But the problem with Aston Villa is they are not structured defensively properly to be able to withstand the onslaught of City. Liverpool plays Southampton on Tuesday. Because of what happened between West Ham and City, that means Klopp has to play a little bit stronger team. We know VVD and Salah out, at least out till Sunday. Now, what are we going to do? Personally, this is what I think. I think right side is going to be Gomez, Matip, Ibo, Tsimikas. The middle three is probably going to be Milner playing the 6, Jones playing on the left 8, and then on the right, I can see Citeh coming back. Citeh will probably play because he could sub him for Sunday and have him play 30 minutes on Sunday because he played 76 minutes on this past Saturday. And then up front, I'm seeing Bobby in the middle, Jota on the right, and then Origi on the left. That's how I see it, because that is strong enough to cause Southampton a problem. And yes, right now, the goal differential, we need to stop worrying about that. We missed that a long time ago. We need to win this coming Tuesday and then this coming Sunday. Hopefully, if Aston Villa is able to hold off City, we win. And the quad is still on. We got 2 trophies, 3 going on this week, and then the 4th one in the following week. So personally, like I told Grace, I'm a man that goes with until the fat lady sings. If that's not done yet, if it's not mathematically, today would have been the word that mathematically it was going to be canceled. But guess what? West Ham was able to hold it down. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. We'll be back on Tuesday on LFC Vibes. We'll talk about what happened after the tomorrow. Arsenal plays Newcastle. We play Southampton on Tuesday on LFC Vibes. We'll talk all about it, and then we see what happens. Guys, thank you so much. Please share, subscribe, keep liking, keep subscribing. Don't forget about the notification bell to get you notified when I go on. Thank you. I appreciate you. LFC, the quad is still live. Crazy Bold, Archie.